Starting off, let me go for people in the back. Okay, good enough? There.
A little closer, hold it closer, a little closer.
Closer.
No closer.
Like that. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good. Number 1. How many people saw the Red Tails, the movie Red Tails? Nothing in that movie is true. Think about it. Everybody watches you all watch the soap operas. You know that the soap operas are not true. Someone took the idea of Red Tails and wrote a story and made it believable. He flies around in the movies in Italy, and he saw a woman hanging up some clothes, and he waves to her. She turns around and waves to him and blows him a kiss. Crazy. Somebody asked one day, "Hey Jeff, why did you join the Army Air Corps?" I said, "Well, wait a minute. The war is going on. Everybody's at war. Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, even at home, everyone's at war. And the draft was biting me. I didn't want to get caught by the draft, because if I were drafted, being a black man, I'd go to the Army, nasty, dirty, I'd be a buck private, making $21 a month. College graduate, volunteer for the Army Air Corps, which they opened up in June of '41. Blacks had to be a college graduate to go to the Army Air Corps. Congress opened up the 99th Fighter Squadron. I was graduated from Clark College, June '42, and the draft was going to grab me. I graduated, June '42, came to Detroit, and volunteered, took the test for Army Air Corps. Every month, 120 men went into the training to be a pilot at Tuskegee Army Airfield. Segregated, of course. I was lucky I passed and qualified. I was called in April '43 to go to Tuskegee Army Airfield for training as a pilot. Graduated in January '44. By that time, approximately 200 men had graduated to form the 99th Fighter Squadron. Somebody asked me also, you have to understand, I'm trying to jump from A to B to C to D, and I don't want to leave out anything. Let me quote real quickly why I became Methodist. Let me back up, I'm changing tracks. Stay with me. My dad came out of South Carolina in 1900. Among blacks in South Carolina, there was a strong thread of Methodism. My mother was in Atlanta, Georgia. Her grandfather was William Jefferson White. Why the name Jefferson? Everybody took the name Jefferson because of Thomas Jefferson, the president. William Jefferson White was a white man out of Ohio who went to Augusta, Georgia as a Baptist minister. And the church he had a small school, and he was teaching black men how to become Baptist ministers. Spring Hill Baptist. He went from Augusta, Georgia to Atlanta in approximately 1895. Carried the school along with him. the school became, in 1900, Georgia Baptist Seminary. In 1913, the school was originally changed its name to Morehouse, which is Baptist or Methodist? Baptist. At the same time, Spelman College was organized by the Baptist Church, female. Morehouse's was a male. William Jefferson White had 2 wives, which is commonly in Georgia, and
even today.
I won't go any deeper in that. One wife stayed with him in Atlanta. The other wife went to South Atlanta, Capitol Avenue. Are you familiar with Atlanta? Capitol Avenue starts at the Gold Dome and goes south. When it crosses the railroad track, goes Clark College. Well, the second wife went to South Atlanta, and her son, Henry White, went to Clark and became a Methodist minister, because Clark College was founded by the Methodist Church. Henry had children, and quite naturally, the oldest girl was Janie, who happens to be my mother. Where would she go to school? Well, Clark College, like all the rest of the children. So when I became college graduates, or college that years, where do I go? Clark, in South Atlanta. My dad was strongly Clark out of South Carolina. Where the 2 of them met, well, that was why we have a Methodist. From all my uncles were Methodist. My great-grandfather, Henry, was a Methodist minister in South Atlanta. And when I went to Clark, where did I stay? With my grandfather. So consequently, there's a strong thread of Methodism in my family. Let me get back to where I was. Went to Tuskegee Army Airfield. 150 men started in April '43. In January '44, only 25 men survived. Some of the men couldn't fly, discoordinated. Some men could not follow an order. When the colonel said jump, we asked how high. When he told me to be in here at 9 o'clock, he didn't mean over 900. He meant 8:45. Be there on time. Ready. Available. I was at 44A, January A, February B, C, D, and the year was '44. Starting out, in the first guys were March '42, and the last class that went through Tuskegee Army Airfield, segregated, was March '46. Went to combat with the 332nd Fighter Group. We were the Red Tails. Red because when the P-51 Mustang joined the bomber group, was Bomber Stream, that left out of Italy. We were based in Italy, in Ramicelli, which is an Italian name for the field. The B-17s would lead Italy, and the B-17s only went 160 miles an hour. All along that, it would take them 6.5 to 7, 8 hours to go from Italy to bomb someplace in Germany and return. Now, during that period, they had to have coverage. P-51s had to cover them. And we would have